into New Orleans, and then they dispersed and went back to Washington, D.C. Well, we were, I think at the time, trying to desegregate the movie theaters downtown, and it happened on Mother's Day, May 17th in 1961. And Diane Nash said, and along with John Lewis and others, and the group decided that we would go on the Freedom Ride. We would continue the Freedom Ride. So on that night that they picked the group, those that were there wrote their wills, wrote letters, made phone calls, because the attitude then was we were not going to let violence keep us from continuing the Freedom Ride. And there was a possible chance that you might not come home because of what happened in Anniston and Birmingham. And we were on our way to Montgomery and then into Jackson, Mississippi. But the only violence to the Nashville students happened in Montgomery.
In Montgomery, Alabama.
In Montgomery, Alabama.
As part of that.
Yes.
As part of the.
As a part of the movement from Birmingham, the bus route, going in the ultimate. They were supposed to go on into New Orleans, Louisiana, but it stopped in Jackson, Mississippi. And so I think the point was made in Jackson, so there was no need to go on into New Orleans.
Well, now when the participants decided to make out their wills, and that was a real serious moment in terms of what the whole activity, was it not?
Well, I look at it like this. In Nashville, it was small wars. We had little small battles, you might say, with the stores. We were just getting ready for the big war. And the big war, to me, was the Freedom Rides. Because of the results of the Freedom Ride affected this whole nation. Of course, the sit-ins did too. But the Freedom Rides really put the cap, in my opinion, on this whole nation.
Okay, and of course you participated in the Freedom Rides too, did you not, Mr. Walker?
Yes, I did.
Were you incarcerated at one time during the rides?
During the Freedom Rides?
Yeah, during the Freedom Rides.
Yes, I spent a total of 39 days in jail in Mississippi, first at the Hinds County Jail in Jackson, Mississippi, and then at the Parchman Penitentiary. So that was as a result of riding the first bus into Jackson from Montgomery after the Freedom Rides had been stopped by Corps. So we had a lot of police protection going to Jackson. As soon as we got to the bus station in Jackson, we walked into the white waiting room and were immediately arrested and carted off to Hinds County Jail.
Now, it took a lot of courage, and that's one thing I can't get over, because, you know, I never participated in the movement, but I was of age. I was at A&M College in Pine Bluff, Arkansas at the same time. And out of the 2,000 students, as I've said, only 8 or 9 actually participated in the sit-ins and et cetera. The rest of us were simply terrorized in reference to it. I mean, we were fearful. And because we were so fearful, we made fun of what they were doing. You see, I mean, you know, you try to justify things and whatever, and et cetera. But that's where we were. We were standing on the sidelines for the most part, and so the sit-in movements never really had a tremendous impact. But the Freedom Rides and those other movements, because these were dangerous movements. Were they not? I mean, people were actually killed in reference to these.
Yes.
Well, what would you say to the young people today in terms of? And we'll be back with following this second commercial break. We're talking to Mr. Rip.